experience backwards at times just to get through some of this stuff, and it's just crazy all the things that we have to do. It's just crazy. We're gonna keep going.
Not too long ago, I got a tip-off about a certain Rec Room personality. Someone who has made millions of in-game currency through Rec Room, becoming one of the richest Rec Room players to ever exist. Someone who has accumulated 15 million views on YouTube, becoming one of Rec Room's biggest content creators ever. If you're even one toe deep into the Rec Room stratosphere, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So, without further ado, welcome to the BearDaBear Files.
Part 1. BEARSEX.
So, let's start off with a question. At what point does an obsession become hurtful? Some might say it's when a drunken father starts abusing their children. Others might say it's when a drug addict's health starts to deteriorate. However, in this particular case, at what point does an obsession over lolicon start to become questionable? For the viewers at home who aren't all too savvy with the term lolicon is a genre of artwork typically depicting young, prepubescent girls in sexual or even erotic positions. The average person, after hearing about lollies, believes that lolicon is simply just porn of children, to which the belief of such does have a base. On the other side of the spectrum, enjoyers of lolicon typically morally justify the consumption of such content due to the fact that there's no inherent victim of abuse, to which the belief, although weak, does have a small basis. Half of you are probably wondering why I'm bringing this up, while the other half of you are probably connecting the dots already. If you haven't caught on yet, BearDaBear is a livid consumer of lolicon. And looking into some leaked Discord messages from Bear, it starts to build an image of himself that he doesn't want publicly out there. So that's exactly why I'm going to show it to you right now. Now, let's change the question. Is it morally justifiable to allow consumers of lolicon to entertain hundreds of thousands of children? Well, regardless of your belief on such, BearDaBear has built a virtual empire that allows him to do exactly that. While BearDaBear consuming lolicon may seem bad enough already, BearDaBear is guilty of possessing much more illegal content. One which does in fact have a victim of abuse. Looking at the screenshot on screen right now, we can see two things. An image of a user called OK sending nudes, and right below that, BearDaBear claims that the person in the image mentioned is 13. And while possessing and distributing child porn is bad enough, BearDaBear has claimed to have nudes of his girlfriend, one who at the time was 14. And if BearDaBear was legally held liable for his actions as an adult, he would land himself a minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 20 years in a United States prison. If that wasn't enough for you, BearDaBear doesn't seem to respect victims of rape. In fact, he believes rape is so funny that it's morally justifiable to joke about committing such an act. And all of this leads me to my next topic.
Part 2. Bear 63.
On Google, if you search up the age rating Roblox was given, legally, Roblox's ESRB rating is T for teens, or in other words, for any child over the age of 13. Now, let's go back to the beginning. If you search for Rec Room's legal ESRB rating, you'd find out that they're rated E10, or much more simply, for any child over the age of 10. Although Roblox and Rec Room aren't legally rated in the same age group, when looking at the communities of both of these platforms, realistically, both games target what is practically the same age group, children. Now at this point, you're probably wondering why I'm mentioning Roblox on a video about a Rec Room creator. Well, during the investigation, we couldn't find any malpractice on BearDaBear's Rec Room account. However, taking a look into BearDaBear's Roblox account, you'll find a much different story. So let's start with what's obvious. Not too long ago, going onto BearDaBear's profile, then named the Soplo, you'd be greeted by an NSFW Roblox avatar entailing huge breasts. Pretty fucking weird, no? Now, let's move things a step further by playing a game. I'm going to show you 5 Roblox items that BearDaBear bought around the same time, and I want you to find the connection between them. So, let's play. So, did you find the connection? Well, if you didn't, I wouldn't blame you. But let me break it down. All of the avatar items you saw are the exact items for creating an OC created by a Roblox porn creator Utenkrul named Leo, with the content related to Leo being extremely disturbing, to say the least. Further worsening BearDaBear's case and disproving any chance of the ownership of these items being a mere coincidence, using the Roblox extension Row Gold, you're able to see the saved Roblox outfits of any user, and looking into BearDaBear's saved outfits, we'll see a familiar name, an outfit called Utenkrul. What this information entails is that BearDaBear actively knew what the Leo avatar was derived from and actively chose to save it as a wearable avatar. The last piece of information is the fact that BearDaBear has spread Roblox porn on his Discord account, but that's a story for another day. Now, the reason why this is so important is due to the fact that Roblox and Rec Room are games that are cut from the same cloth. Both platforms are marketed towards children, and both games are conceptually similar to one another. So when one of the largest Rec Room creators, a man with hundreds of thousands of followers, is found with disgusting avatars on a children's game, it paints a very clear picture of who BearDaBear really is.
Part 3. Finale.
During the production of this short documentary, word got out about BearDaBear's actions and got publicized to the point where he felt the need to leave a special message in his Discord server. So, let's go through it with the information that we now know. In his tiny statement, he claims that the majority of findings against him are out of context and cherry-picked. Now, let's state the obvious. No matter what context you may apply to your actions, nothing justifies sending lolly, nothing justifies possessing and spreading child porn, and nothing justifies having a repulsive avatar in a children's game. But even not focusing on that, BearDaBear's second claim is that all of the content found against him is from when he was 13. While many people can read this and give him the benefit of the doubt, there's one thing I want you all to know. All of the content found against him is aged at the latest from 4 years back and at the earliest less than a year ago. Secondly, BearDaBear's age in this situation doesn't matter. No matter how old you are when you commit such atrocities, should you be excused for committing such abhorrent actions without facing the repercussions? So, let's state what all of us are thinking already. BearDaBear is a fucking creep. The document that was sent to me as a tip-off, which contains the original context and images of the screenshots shown in this video, will be in the description below. I highly recommend you check it out if you want the full, mostly uncensored look into all of this. So, before I wrap this up, there's a couple pieces of information that didn't make it into the main video that I'll be bringing to the light right now. Firstly, BearDaBear has bought it to the top of RecNet before. Secondly, he used to frequently use the R word. Thirdly, he's made pro-Trump UGC accessories on a kids game, which, before you attack me for criticizing his political beliefs, politics has no place in a game for kids. And lastly, he still says the N-word even though he's apologized in the past for his usage of the word. With all of that said and done, if you want to financially support me and the creation of future videos, you may do so at patreon.com/nulltoast. Lastly, this video is an offshoot of a much larger investigation into Rec Room. BearDaBear is a much smaller piece to the puzzle that didn't fit in the upcoming 2-hour documentary into Rec Room that is set to release in the coming months, which is why I decided to turn it into its own standalone video. Rather than scrapping the BearDaBear information entirely, creating this video was the only way to bring this knowledge to the public. I've been investigating Rec Room for about a year now, and I believe the upcoming documentary does contain crucial information that the player base deserves to know. As for you, BearDaBear, your time in the spotlight is running out, and that goes for you too, Rec Room. To everyone else, it's time for me to say goodbye, at least for now. Remember, never blink, and thank you all for watching.
I see a water bottle. Oh my god.